For new day 5. My biggest lesson. Let's talk about biggest lesson so far in life. My biggest lesson would be that your worst days or your worst day will not definitely define you as a person. And accepting things and accepting reality that in this life you're gonna be really gonna experience worse days, and those are the days when you're no longer control of whatever is going on. And and one also of my biggest lesson would be that you need to come home. You need to come home. And I realized that every time that I get so down, or everything was a bad day, a worse day, basically, when you can no longer understand, or you have this too much noise going on in your environment, too many voices you gotta hear, gotta say what you have to do and all those things. And then I just remember when my mother was still alive, and if it's so painful already, like I could no longer take it, I just have to go home to to our farm. And then he would just my nanay would just cook for me and then pray for me. And after that, when I get back to the city, I'm already like I already gained the strength that I need, like I'm recharged. But because my mother had passed away, it was much harder for me to go through life. you know it, my mother passed away 3 years ago, but I still have that the same ache, that the same pain, that the same grief that I have with me, because I was used to have her as my as my final go through. Because most of the time I just pretend that I can do it, I just pretend that I have the strength. But the truth is, no, I don't have it with me, because I don't want also to worry my families, especially my nanay. And now, realizing all these things together, and since I could no longer say that I can come home to my nanay because she is no longer here. What I'm trying to say is, we can always come home to God. We can always go to Him and say everything to Him and pray for Him, like have that kind of mustard seed faith in you, that things will turn around, that things would be better, that eventually one day you will be fully recovered. You will be at your best life, at your best, at your best self again. I have some beautiful news also. Today, I already started my ever new book, and thank you for this daily vlog that we are doing. I'm going to create a 365 devotional book where people like me need to hear the word of God and need to, have this simple but intimate moment with the Lord. And probably I may grow older, whatever it is, but if I'm gonna finish that book, that would be one of my legacy. And I hope that our lessons in life, our failures in life will just have some, some parts of our life, but it would not really define us, right? And our life, this life that we're living in, especially for me, I feel like my life, I'm always like saying na, why my life is so unfair? Why do I have to go through pain and pain? I'm like a telenovela, like a movie series that, you know, you're always in an accident or you're always in some kind of problem, or I feel like that is kind of my life. If somebody will gonna have to make a movie out of it, like the daily episode would be so hard because there's always problem, there's always something going on. And and I hope that every movie, every series, there's always a beautiful ending to it, and there would be a beautiful twist and turn, right? So I'm happy. And yeah, again, life is unfair, really, life is unfair, but God's mercy is always faithful. And I am indeed one of those who have received God's mercy, because I am still here talking here, right? Sharing a little tidbits of my life, of my recovery. And this is day 5, but I'm telling you, it's harder than I think it is. I'm even far from what I wanted. But this is hard already. But I thank the Lord. Thank you for making me to day 5. And having to reflect all of this and to appreciating life, appreciating beauty, appreciating God's beautiful creation and God's abundance. Not only in grand things, but all the little things. Thank you again. This is day 5.